Hi everybody, this is Jesse. I'm going to be making French onion soup. I've already have the onions, so it's pretty simple to just give them a nice slice. And I cut them about a centimeter wide. You don't necessarily have to do this. You don't have to have them first. You can always just cut out rings. That's okay too. Some people do it one way, some people do it another. That's totally fine. Now I'm just breaking up the onions because that way they're going to fit into the pan a little bit better. And always use lemon juice to get rid of that onion smell, otherwise it's going to get on everything. And here we just use 3 tablespoons of butter, melt that down in the pan, and it takes a while. I started breaking it up and stirring it around. Then you're just going to add your onions. You might have to move your onions around and break them up just so you can fit all of the onions in your pan. You might want to use a bigger pan, it's up to you. But I found that this skillet that I was using worked pretty well. I just had to incorporate the onions a little bit at a time until they started to cook down enough for me to add a little bit more, and I just kept doing that until I had all the onions in the pan. Now I added some sugar. This is just going to help take some of that water out of the onion and help it caramelize, and also add a little bit of sweetness. Really, this whole caramelization process, it takes about 45 minutes, I'd say. You only want to add the sugar once you get the onions to translucent, or just starting to get translucent. As long as they've turned soft, you can add the sugar. And I just keep cooking down the onions. Eventually they're going to get golden brown. Once you get some of that char, you know you're getting really close to being done with caramelizing your onions. If we were using, since this is ceramic, we didn't have any kind of brown bits at the bottom of the pan, which really that wine helps take those brown bits off, and you know you want to keep those because that has a lot of your flavor. And we ended up adding all that onion mixture into the crock pot, adding in beef stock, some thyme, just a pinch. Then we added some garlic powder, our typical seasonings. We typically add garlic, salt, pepper to everything. The thyme I just like because it goes really well. It makes it a little bit more savory. And that's another reason you want to use a nice red wine. It helps cut down some of that really overpowering sweetness you get if you didn't add it. And after you cook it for about I'd say 8 to 10 hours on low, you should be able to add in your cheese. I would add your cheese on top of a crock, but if you don't have one, that's fine. Use some Swiss and top it with some toasted bread.